Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Android Studio on your Windows 11 operating system. So let's get started and let's see how we can do it. So first of all, open your favorite browser and search for Android Studio download. And the first link which will appear here will be from developer.android.com/studio. So I'm going to click on this link. Straight away, you will see this button here which says download Android Studio. I'm going to click on this button and then you need to agree with these license terms and conditions. So check this checkbox if you agree and then click on this download button once again, which is going to start the download of this Android Studio exe file. So once this exe file is downloaded, I'm going to click on this exe file and let me minimize the browser here. And you can see the setup for Android Studio is starting now. And first of all, you will see this kind of warning which says, do you want to allow this app to make changes on your device? I'm going to click on yes here. And then you can see the Android Studio setup has been started. So to start with, I will just click on the next button and you can see the components which will be installed. So first one will be the Android Studio itself, and also the Android virtual device will be installed on your Windows 11 operating system. So click on next once again, and this will be the location where Android Studio will be installed. So if you don't have the good reason to change this location, just leave it as default and then click on next. And then you have the choose start menu folder. I'm going to leave it as default and then click on the install button, which is going to start the installation of Android Studio. You can also click on this show details button, which will show you the progress of the installation. So at this point, I just need to wait for a few seconds until this progress bar reaches to the 100% mark. And after a few seconds, you will see this kind of message which says installation complete. Setup was completed successfully. So at this point, I'm going to click on the next button here. And then you will see the last setup window, which is completing Android Studio setup. And then leave this checkbox as checked, which is going to start the Android Studio on your Windows operating system. So I'm going to click on finish here, which is going to launch Android Studio as I mentioned. And for the first time when you start the Android Studio, it's going to ask you few questions. And the first window is this one. And it's basically if I want to change the statistics data to Google or not. So at this point, I don't want to do that. So I will click on don't send here. And now I can see Android Studio has been started on my Windows 11 operating system. So before creating the Android project, we are going to click on this more actions drop down menu. And here I'm going to select this option which says virtual device manager, which is going to start this virtual device manager. And right now we don't have any virtual devices, right? So I'm going to create one virtual device by clicking on this create virtual device option. And from here I can select any device. So I'm going to select the category phone here, and then I'm going to select any Pixel version here. So let me select the Pixel Pro option here and then click on next. And then you need to choose the system image. So for selecting the system image, you need to download it. So I'm going to select API 35 and I'm going to click on this download button in front of it. And then you will see this kind of SDK component installer, which is going to download this kind of zip file. So just wait for it. And once that component is installed, you can see the finish button. So I'm going to click on the finish button here. And now you can select this API 35 and then click on next here. And now the AVD name will be Pixel 8 Pro in my case. So I will leave everything as default and then click on finish here, which is going to create this virtual device. So once you see this kind of virtual device, one more step I generally do is I enable the virtualization. So for that, let me just close this Android Studio for now. And then what I need to do is I need to just search for control panel. So just search for control panel here and then click on this control panel option. And once this control panel window opens, make sure you select the category here and then click on programs here and then click on programs and features. and then click on turn Windows features on or off option. So here just scroll down a little and go to the location where you see Windows Hypervisor platform. So just check this checkbox, which is going to enable this Windows Hypervisor platform. And also I like to select Hyper-V here. So just select Hyper-V and then click on OK, which is going to search for these required files, and then it's going to apply those changes. So just wait for that. You can see it's going to show you this message which says Windows completed the requested changes. Windows need to reboot your PC. So at this point, I'm going to click on the restart now button, which is going to restart my Windows operating system. So let me do that. So once my Windows operating system restarts, I'm going to search for Android Studio, and then I'm going to open the Android Studio once again. And once Android Studio starts, you can once again check whether your virtual device is running or not. So we have created this virtual device. Just run it and check whether it's working or not. So let me close this window for now, and let's create a new Android Studio project. For this, just click on this new project option. So here I'm going to select phone and tablet, and then I'm going to select the basic view activity here, and then click on next. And then the name of my project will be my application, let's say 01, and package name will be this one. I'm going to leave it as default. This will be the location of the project where it will be saved. The language is Kotlin. I'm going to leave it as default, and the minimum SDK is API 24. This also I'm going to leave as default, and then click on finish here, which is going to create my project. So at this point, just wait for a few seconds again. And now I can see my project has been created, but still some processes are going on. So you need to wait for few more seconds until you see the project structure here. And once your project is created, you will see the name of your project here at the top. And you can also see this assistant window here, which we can close. So this I can minimize, and right now I can see the Gradle project sync is in progress. So I'm going to just wait for a few more seconds. You can see the Gradle build process is also shown here. So just wait for this to finish, and once this is finished, you will see the run button on the top. In the meantime, you can also start your virtual device by clicking on this device manager option. So this icon is also available here. So just click on device manager, and you will see the device which you have created in this list also. So just click on start, which is going to start your virtual device inside your IDE itself. So you have this device manager option, and you will also see the running devices option here. Under running devices, you will see the emulator which is running. So once you started your emulator, you can see the status starting up, and under running devices, you will also see your emulator, which is right now starting. So once your project is loaded, what you need to do is you need to click on this drop down menu, and here you will see your device. So we have created this Pixel 8 Pro, so I'm going to select that. So once your emulator is started, you can click on this run app button. So I'm going to click on this run app button, and it's going to build your app, and then it's going to sync your app with your emulator. And if you want to see the build process, then you can click on this build option, and you will see what's happening inside our build process. And also you can see the folder structure for your app. So you can see the Kotlin plus Java code here, and you have this resources folder where you can see your layout. So if you want to see the activity main.xml file, just click on this, and it's going to show you the design view of your app. So now I can see that this activity main.xml has been loaded, and it's going to look like this. So let me just resize this, and you can see your activity design here, and you can drag and drop the components from your palette to your activities. So all the things you can do in the same Android Studio window. You don't need to leave this Android Studio to start the emulator or design your app. So this is how you can download and install Android Studio on your Windows 11 operating system. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next video.